Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, please hit the subscribe button. And if you're returning, please hit the likes button. And also if you're passing through, hit the subscribe button and also the likes button. Today, I wanted to come on and talk about the Madeline Soto case and the Sebastian Rogers case. These are two missing cases about a 15-year-old Sebastian Rogers and 13-year-old Madeline Soto that I did last Saturday. Wanted to give you an update on her case and then talk about Sebastian Rogers case. And these are two cases that are kind of new on these missing children, and both of them, they think that the parents might have had something to do with both cases. In the Madeline Soto case, they think that the mother might know a little bit more than what she's saying. They have made an arrest in the Madeline Soto case, as you all know. They have arrested Stephan Sterns, or Stephan Sterns, whatever his name is, in her case, and some new information has come out. So I do want to update you on her case and see what is going on with her case. Now, the affidavit did come out in her case, and it turns out that the mother, they say that the mother might have known. So I'm going to update you on her case first. An affidavit did come out on her case. And so I'm going to take you to her case first. So we're going to go to her case and kind of update on her case. I'm just interested in see what the affidavit says in her case. And we will play let's skip this ad.
From police as an outpouring of support continues for Madeline Soto.
That's right. The community is honoring her memory days after investigators found her body. Fox 45's Marley Capper joining us live this morning with more. And Marley, good morning to you. We do know the community and loved ones held a memorial for Maddie yesterday.
Amy, Danielle, good morning. That's right. So a lot of people showed up for this, parents, grandparents, mostly just people who either knew her or didn't even know her, but were just shocked to learn what she had to endure and the tragic ending of her life. People brought balloons and toys, flowers, everything, you name it, teddy bears, to a growing memorial on the side of Hickory Tree Road in Osceola County. Maddie's disappearance and now murder has sparked a widespread community support in the quest for justice.
Whoever it may be, they need to be punished to the fullest extent of the law.
New documents reveal more about what the 13-year-old victim might have had to endure. A Kissimmee police arrest affidavit for the prime suspect in Maddie's disappearance, Stephan Sterns, that's Maddie's mother's boyfriend, stating photos and videos recovered from his phone show private body parts of a young victim. The metadata timestamping those images all the way back to August of 2022. Although the victim's identity has been redacted, the birth date isn't, and it matches Soto's birthday, revealing that the victim in this report was just 11 years old when the sexually explicit photos and videos were taken. Now, Stern remains behind bars with no bond. Now, he has been arrested for those pictures and videos, but he has not been charged yet in the disappearance of Maddie or for her murder. Reporting live in Kissimmee, Marley Capper, Fox 35 News.
Marley, thank you. New information this morning on the investigation into a crime scene photo that was accidentally posted to the Osceola County Sheriff's Instagram account. We are not airing that image, but it does appear to show Maddie Soto's body on the ground where she was found in St. Cloud. The Osceola County Sheriff's Office sent a new statement to Fox 35. It says, quote, the Sheriff's Office contacted the Florida Department of Law Enforcement to offer our cooperation and transparency into the inadvertent release of an investigative photograph. We understand the community's concerns, and we welcome an independent review of what transpired. We did reach out to FDLE for comment. We have not yet heard back.
Now, so he had been abusing her for 2 years. And let me find which one that is. He had been abusing her for 2 years. And I believe her mother had been dating him for 2 years. So for 2 years, he had been abusing her. And my question is, as parents and as mothers, this was an autistic little girl. She was 13, and yeah, she was well developed at 13, as most 12 and 13-year-olds are, some more than others. And as a mother, do we not pay attention to our children being around men or women, for that matter? Do we not pay attention to if they're gone with this gentleman, or if this, not gentleman, because he's not a gentleman by far, but do we not pay attention when our children are, when someone is paying attention to them a little bit more than usual? If someone comes into the picture and they're just gung-ho, they jump right in and they're paying attention to your child a little bit out of the ordinary, something's not right. And maybe that fits to where the background that I came from, that I pay attention a little bit more than usual. And I pay attention to my children being around men or women. I pay a little closer attention to that. But I don't think that it should have anything to do with a background, what background you came from. I think as parents, we need to be parents. And I don't care if you're lonely as a parent, and you want, you feel lonely, you're a single parent and you feel lonely. I don't think that that is an excuse to not pay attention because you want a partner. And so it's just, you look over certain things, should I say. Not acceptable. Not acceptable at all, to not pay attention to our children. And so especially this little autistic little girl. And especially for 2 years. I also believe that he worked at Disneyland, and she worked at Disney. She worked at Disney. I don't think Disneyland. I think it's Disney World out in Florida. But they both worked at a children's place. Now, I also know that there was two different stories told, and I think I mentioned it in the video that I did last Saturday. She had said that first it was, when I first heard the story, it was she went to pick up little Madeline at school and she wasn't there and had not been there all day because her partner had dropped Madeline off and she went to pick her up. Then when she was doing the interviews, it was we. And then it went from we, then he got on with his tears and he said, I dropped her off. And then, there was a time in the video where something was happening with, the food bowl or the dog or the bird or whatever. And she got this little smirk on her face and started laughing and thought something was funny and then went on to talk about it. And I understand, sometimes we grieve in different ways. So I don't want to take anything away from how someone grieves or how they take to react to certain things, because, some of us don't cry. Some of us are criers. I know I'm a crier. I cry when I'm sad. I cry when I'm mad. I cry, when I'm very upset. So, some of us handle different situations differently. And so I don't, but if my child is missing and I'm panicked, I'm certainly not going to be laughing or smirking at something that's happened in the other room. I'm just not. I'm going to be very upset. Probably, I might not be crying. I might be very defensive and handle it that way. But I'm not going to be laughing and grinning about something that's going on in the other room. I probably would say, not so kind words. Be quiet. I'm trying to get this point out about my daughter, so stop whatever's going on in that other room. But I'm not going to be sitting up, grinning about it or whatever. So, I just find it hard to believe that she did not know any of this was going on with her child, because I had 3 girls and I paid close attention to what was going on with them, and to not know that your daughter for 2 years was being essayed by this is beyond me. And so shame on her, because then you made also a statement that you seen her getting dressed for school that morning at 8. I believe you said at 8:15 or 7:15, one of the two, and that was the last time you seen her. So in the police report, and I'm going to play that. I'm sure you all have seen it time and time again because it's been on a lot of the news channels. She goes on to say that, they go on to say, I'm sorry, I got a brain freeze, that she hadn't even left the house, that she was unalived before she even was put in that car. So before, she never left her home. And so the mom had to have known this. And so there's no way that I'm going to sit and cover up for no one. It's just beyond my thinking of how any parent could cover up my child, so this doing this to my child. and me knowing about it. Oh, there's no way. There is no way. No way. No way. Because I think the first time I would have walked in on him or even suspected, him doing it. I think that she did go and tell her mom that he was doing that. And as a parent, I know, children do make up stuff, but, no way. If my child came to me and said, Mom, someone is doing this to me, there is no way that I'm going to say, oh, you're lying. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No, absolutely not. No, ma'am. When my child, rather, you're out. You're out until I investigate the situation, but you're not staying here. If my child came to me and told me that, absolutely not. No way that I'm not going to take my child's word for that. It's going to be an investigation. You will not stay here until it's investigated. So I think that, this poor little girl, this mother was sitting up here and believing this guy. Oh, and because this little girl, had to endure this for 2 years is unbelievable to me. And I think as parents, we need to, and I'm not saying, just because there are kids that make up stuff and to kind of get their way. I understand that. I completely understand it. But I said, and hear me, it will be I would have to investigate it. So that means, he would have to remove himself from the home. And, there would have to be, investigations. So meaning my daughter goes to, then to the doctor. We're going to the doctor. We have to do some tests. We have to get some things done here. And, we go from there. But I'm not just going to sit back and say, no, you're lying and nothing, gets done. I mean, something has had to be seen. There's also different false, and I don't know if it's false scenarios, but they said that she might have been pregnant. So I don't know. There's no autopsy that has come out that has said that. So I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to play this next clip and stop rambling on about how upset I am. But I am very angry about that because I just think as parents, we need to be parents, and we need to, really watch, even with their, our own fathers and mothers of the children. If we're mothers, we need to watch our, because it's happening even within our own families. And even with fathers, watch our mothers, watch the mothers of your children. We just need to, we need to watch our children because it's happening within our own families, not just with outsiders, not just with boyfriends and girlfriends. It's happening within the parents. And this was a mother, clearly, And so I'm not saying that she's a suspect. They said allegedly. And I'm not saying that she's a suspect, but I am saying that, something does not sound right. And something does not, she's told 3 different stories. And so something is just not sounding right. And so, you're doing interviews and everybody's seeing it. And so we have a right to know because you went on, and YouTube and you've gone on the news channels and, we have a right to know, what is the true story. And so it's just, it's sad all the way around because you have this little autistic little girl that had other issues, I believe, going on. And, it's sad. It's just sad all the way around. So, but anyway, I'm going to play this clip. And let's see. I think I already played that clip. I played that one. Let's see. And I believe this is just this is his first court appearance here. The ad.
Stephan Sterns was a no-show for his first appearance in Osceola County Court. His lawyer didn't even want the judge reading out the charges.
Stephan Sterns or Stephan?
Your Honor, at this time, I am going to waive Mr. Sterns' appearance. I'm also going to waive the reading of these charges. Mr. Sterns is aware of what he's been arrested for.
At the first appearance, Sterns faced charges including sexual battery and possession of material depicting sexual performance by a child. Sterns had voluntarily handed his phone to investigators who managed to recover photos and videos that they called disturbing. Investigators say he's also the prime suspect in Madeline Soto's disappearance. Search teams finally recovered Maddie's body Friday evening after an exhaustive search through the woods in Osceola County. The judge said Sterns would stay behind bars.
Understood, sir. You got 0 bond and 24 CF 632. Good luck to you.
Orange County deputies have turned over the case to Kissimmee Police. Sheriff John Mina says they have proof Sterns tried to cover his tracks after Maddie's death.
We have video evidence that shows Stephan Sterns discarding items in a dumpster in that apartment complex in Kissimmee at 7:35 on Monday, February 26. Detectives later recovered Madeline's backpack and her school-issued laptop from that dumpster. At 8:19, we have evidence that shows Stephan Sterns returning to the complex, and Madeline was visible in that vehicle. We believe she was already dead at that time.
Former Orlando Police Chief Orlando Rolone says Sterns may have thought he could fool investigators.
This is a perfect example of someone who probably thought, I can get away with this. And unfortunately, everything is pointing at the fact that he had now been caught for the murder of this child.
Kissimmee police say at this time they aren't releasing any further updates on the case. In Kissimmee, Matt Trezza, Fox 35 News.
Okay. So, and then he didn't want to show up in court, and they didn't want the charges read. Come on. What a coward. They also said that he did erase the data in his phone, but they did, I mean, how stupid was that? Anybody knows that once the FBI gets a hold of your phone, whether you try to clear the data out, that they do have experts that can come in and retrieve that. Excuse me. So I am going to follow this case to to see where this goes. And I also want to know what, if any, charges the mother is going to face and what she has to tell us, because, excuse me, I know she knows more than what she's saying, because it's just strange to me. There are 3 different stories and you don't know where, when, who, why your daughter was, and what happened to her. So anyway, we're going to move on to Sebastian Rogers, which is a similar case. Now, Sebastian, he went missing February 25th from Tennessee. And he is another autistic child. And so he went missing around, his mom said that he went to bed Sunday night. She put him to bed and, said goodnight and went in to wake him up for school at 6 a.m. on Monday, and he was gone. Now, he left just his shoes, everything still in the house, and he's just gone. And it's cold, in Tennessee this time of year. And he's just no coat. I guess he was still in his pajamas. He's just gone. But I guess they've gathered ring cameras and everything, and there's nothing. I mean, I guess, I don't know if the ring cameras have come back, and neighbors, if they've recovered any kind of pictures or anything. But last I heard, no one has seen him on the cameras. There's no sign of Sebastian leaving, nothing. So we are going to play the video of Sebastian and get to that. Oops, I need to go back. Let me go back. I wanted to. This one. I'm going to play it.
I can't even imagine as a parent what you two are going through. How would you describe the situation right now? How are you coping?
We're on a constant roller coaster ride of helpless and hopeless and many other emotions all in one, and it's a never-ending roller coaster. It doesn't stop. It won't stop until he walks through the door.
I wouldn't wish this on anyone. Not anyone.
I know we're about keeping hope alive. I'm sure that's in there somewhere.
Oh, yeah.
He's gonna
Always.
come home.
He's going to walk through that door. And the street will be flooded again with family and relatives all waiting to hug and love him. And
That boy's gonna have more friends than he knows what to do with when he comes home.
So here we are, 8 days now searching for him. Walk us through that Sunday night that he went missing. So walk us through, we've got so many people who really want to know, okay, how did this happen? So kind of just walk us through that night.
We were out and about that day. We were having a really good weekend. We got home. Everything was pretty normal. He was playing in his room. When I told him to go to bed, he did. He said, "Good night, Mom. I love you." Said goodnight to his puppies. A little bit later, I wound up going to bed, and when I woke him up for school, he wasn't there.
So in your mind, that's usually around what time? When do you normally wake up? Around 6 o'clock?
6.
So were you instantly thinking something's wrong, or were you like, he may just be already in the shower?
I took a
in the living
second.
room?
I took a second and walked through the house looking for him in case he'd gotten up and was trying to get breakfast or something, because he did that sometimes. About 3 minutes in, give or take, I was on the phone with my husband. I said, "I can't find him." He said, "What do you mean you can't find him?" I said, "He's not in the house."
And so at that point, is that when you call 911, or what's going through your mind?
While we were on the phone, and I was like, "Is he on the other side of the bed?" The normal places he may be in the house, and he wasn't. So I was like, "Okay, well, hold on a minute." And immediately after that, we called the sheriff's department and made the report.
I ran all over the house, outside, inside. I looked in every closet.
Within minutes, they were here. They responded within minutes, and here we go.
So you said you were on the phone with her, so
Yes,
you were not home.
No, ma'am.
Okay.
I was at work. I'm a tower crane operator, and I was working in Memphis at the St. Jude project. So it's, I have an earpiece in that talks to my phone. I have another earpiece in that does the radios. So when she was talking to me, it was like, "What?" I was confused. We talked about where he could possibly be, and then we went from there and led to calling the cops, and here we are now.
Within minutes, they're there at the home.
Yes, ma'am.
It was rapid fire. They had cars.
They
They had cars from here down to the
main
road, as far as I could tell.
So what's going through both of your minds? I mean, are we?
Okay, so the dad was away working. So what do you think happened to Sebastian? So this has been 6 days he's missing. And this little boy has autism. And I'm going, and he has no shoes on. All of his shoes and his belongings are there. I'm going to play just a little bit more of this, and then we're going to jump to later on in the week.
Panicking? Is it this, oh, I think he's probably at a neighbor's house, or what are you thinking?
My son doesn't run. He's not a runner. He's never run away before. I don't know why. I don't know why he walked out that door.
I mean, he's a good kid. He's not a mischievous child by any means. But there's answers to questions that have no answers, or questions with no answers right now that we are searching for desperately. And we just don't have that.
Snapper makes it so cheap and easy, I'm going to get a photographer for everything. I can finally update that LinkedIn photo that's been holding my career back.
Lexington restaurant owner will soon hang up his apron, but he wants his legacy to continue for his.
Okay, let's see if I can. Okay, I believe then that was it. I think I could so they did search the landfill for him late Wednesday or Thursday. They had started searching the landfill, and they did say that the parents are being questioned. So that's where we're at with Sebastian Rogers. So it is making national news. If anybody, and I will put his picture up on my channel, as well as little Madeline I have already covered, but if anybody has seen this little Sebastian, keep an eye out for him, and hopefully he's found alive and well. I just don't understand, if I pray that the parents have had nothing to do with his disappearance. I hope that he comes back safe and sound. But I will keep an eye out for this story as well. I also want to give my prayers out to Christine. I mean, not Christine, but Janelle and the Brown family for her son Garrison. I want to give my prayers to them as they are going through this tragic time as losing their son. So prayers go out to the Brown family of sister wives. And if you all can keep them in prayers. I have been watching the Sister Wives show for quite a while. Well, since they first started. And so when we watch those shows, we kind of feel like we know the kids. And, Garrison was tiny when I started watching it. Such a young, he was a young kid, and he was a nice young man. From what I knew on the show, I act like I know him, knew him, excuse me. But he seemed like a nice young man. And I was watching another YouTuber's channel, and he was in the Army, and the Army gave such a nice tribute to Garrison and had such kind words to say about him. And he was actually still active in the Army and was going to transfer over to, I guess, the Army Reserve in Arizona. But they did have nice things to say about him. And so prayers out to the whole Brown family. I know Janelle is just going to be, I can't even imagine as a parent to lose your child. And so I want to pray for her and her family. And then I know Christine was just like a second mother to him. So prayers out to her as well. And to all the siblings, prayers go out to them. And again, thank you all so much for watching. The ones that do watch faithfully, thank you all so much for watching. And hopefully we'll get to see what happens with these cases really soon. Please hit the subscribe button, also the likes button. And until next time, bye. And continue to watch my cooking channel, and also go over to TikTok. I am on TikTok, and it's under Michelle, just Michelle, I believe. And I said I was going to have that. I'm going to put it in the description box, what my TikTok channel is. I do believe I put it in the last video that's coming up today on my cooking show. So go over and check me out on TikTok. I am going to be putting TikTok videos up there. So check me out over there. And until next time, bye.